You ask a question with a question.
Okay.
All right.
The
Do you
tables
want to
have turned.
restart or leave it?
Yeah. Just start like that. Cool. Just a backup. All right, guys. So we are back with one more episode of High Social Podcast. I'm so excited. This is the last episode of the year.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm here with two amazing people. Let's start with Sandra, which is my co-host. It's the biggest supporter of this movement, High Social Movement,
Top
High
fan.
Social Podcast. And yeah, how have you been?
Busy. We've been running around. We work in marketing.
You get a new client every day. I don't know how you do it.
You do know how I do it. Okay, you do exactly the same. And we're both awake at 4 a.m.
But you're
editing
next
like
level.
every single night. We never sleep. I thought I was the only vampire here because I'm Romanian, but no. Like when you work in marketing and you're actually successful, you just don't sleep.
That is true. That is true. It's a fast market, and I like the glasses. The
Thank you.
gradient. It's really good.
I'm
myself, Akila. Welcome, and we have the main person here.
The one and only.
It's just amazing how his voice is just so friendly to this. It gets me so excited to go for talking for hours because it's like some people don't have that type of intonation. Obviously, some people are not built for radio and media. But I think this guy is media in person. How have you been?
Well, I felt like I wasn't invited to this because I was just sitting here listening to you two for about 2 minutes. It's like that awkward conversation.
Because it needs like a build up for the biggest introduction of the day.
You are also so interesting. We're just trying to get something in before you take over because we know this is going to be
you're
the
gonna
Pedj
just dominate the
podcast.
scenario.
No.
We're just going to be left behind. Like
I'm not that interesting. I'm quite boring, actually. But anyway, my name is Pedj, so thanks for having me. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting night.
Yeah, quite boring. He's a professional actor. He owns his own business and he's successful. He's a former athlete,
speaker,
public speaker. Like what doesn't this guy do? Like honestly. Oh, and he has his own podcast as well.
Oh well, look. I mean, that sounds really amazing. Sorry, can we swear or not?
Yeah, you're free to do it.
Fuck yeah. No. Yeah, that sounds great, and I appreciate the kind
I'm
words.
not even getting paid for this, eh?
But there's a lot of failure that comes with that.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of shit nights. There's a lot of rejections over the course of my whole career where there's a lot of failures. I've set up business where they failed. I've had business that went well. So, yeah, I mean, it's like a rocky mountain day to day.
But this is why I really wanted you to come here and talk to us because you've been through a lot and you always manage to rise above. And I find that so motivational. And I find everything that you're doing with Play Essentials, your gym, so motivational. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about Play Essentials? Because I think it's amazing what you're doing there with the young athletes as well as seasoned athletes. Talk to us a little bit about it.
Yeah. So I was an ex-professional football player for over 15 years, soccer that is. And I was fortunate enough to have 15 years worth of football. A lot of ups and downs. People always tend to see the big lights, the crowds, the stadiums, the TV, which is awesome. But there's moments where I've gone through a career where I've gone 6 days of the week, depressed, sad, angry, lost. And then that game day, which is a 90-minute soccer game, only if I play well am I happy. So there's a lot of things that people don't actually see, and that's in all businesses. So Play Essentials is a part of my own career where I want to give back to youngsters where I didn't get help when I was young. So our philosophy is to really how to educate people, not just as footballers, but also as a whole person to be better off the field, to become better on the field through mindset, through other, variations of training. And, it seems to have, there's a high stat of conversion of a 90% success rate with everyone that I've trained over 15 years. Wow. The reason why I say that is because the algorithm doesn't lie. The 10% that doesn't work is down to two factors. One, they don't invest into what's there, or we just don't get along. So if you don't get along, you can't get value, you can't get goals, regardless of who you are. So I pride myself in working with people that I get along with. Otherwise, I can't help you. Simple as that.
Yeah. I find it very inspiring what you're doing there. And I have to mention this as well, because I'm all about aesthetics. Your gym is incredibly aesthetic. Whether someone comes in for a photo shoot, because I know you've got a photo studio in there as well, to content create or to walk away a super successful athlete, that's the place. honestly.
Yeah, I designed it in a way. I'll be honest. Like I struggle with a lot with depression, and I'm very big on energies and surroundings and colors and all that stuff. So there's two parts to Play Essentials. The first part is that what I just said, and about making. Because I remember when I was young, when I walk into a stadium or somewhere, I'm like, wow, this is what I want to be. So I want to create that environment for anyone, not just young kids. But the other part of why it looks so funky is when I was 17, I had a big opportunity to go to Holland to play football at a big club called Feyenoord, if football people know that. I said no because I wanted to go nightclubbing. So I got the fake ID, went clubbing, did all that bullshit. And so I'm fascinated with lights
Did you
and all
get
this
caught?
stuff.
Did you get caught?
With fake ID? No. I still look the same.
Score.
So through those dumb, stupid mistakes, I created a nice vibe where, you know, I like lighting, and it's all about synergies and energy. So that's kind of what it's like.
Sounds like you were a bit of a player, and then you created Play Essentials, so naturally it is successful.
It's an essential part of playing.
Hi, player. I'm the coach.
Ooh, there you go.
So good. And like we said, you wear a lot of hats. So not only are you a successful entrepreneur, and I love that your business is coming from a place where you want to give back. Like it's not many people do that. So that I applaud that. And then this also takes us to your next passion, which is your acting, which I know you do wholeheartedly. But when did you fall in love with acting?
That's a hard question because someone asked me that not long ago. And I believe acting I've loved since the first time I watched the movie. But in terms of me falling into the idea of acting, only came last year because I had a big insecurity around, I guess, image, in the sense of being an athlete is always about being serious, cool, this. For all the modeling and stuff I've done over the years, there's always that image. So when acting came around, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. That's goofy or whatever. And also I had a fear of public speaking, funnily enough.
Yeah.
And I conquered that 8 years ago with a speech therapist, which she was amazing. So then I could do public speaking. So yeah, acting last year happened through actually Belinda and Pete. They had a brand that wanted to start up. So they said, can you do some modeling? Cool. And it might be some acting. I'm like, yeah, whatever. And acting, right? So we did one scene. I was like a bit of an Aussie guy that didn't really care. Cool. Nailed it, in a sense, what they thought. Then the next one was a butler and I guess the millionaire, because someone to have a butler needs to be rich. So I go, yeah, I'll be the millionaire. They said, no, we want you to be the butler. I'm like, oh, right? Ego. And I made a decision then and there thinking, hang on, if I'm doing all this mindset coaching, trying to get people to let go of their bullshit and just go for shit in life, why am I self-sabotaging and being a contradiction to my own theory? So I said, you know what, I'll do the butler scene. Whether I did it well or not, the point was I felt comfortable, and that's how it started.
Yeah.
And then,
That's nice.
yeah.
I love how Akila is sitting there and taking it all in, because obviously I met you first when we acted together on set.
Yeah, you were late that day as well.
It was, yeah.
I was holding your complicated coffee.
And you're going to tell everybody again how I didn't drink that coffee.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It had no stevia, lads.
No,
Yeah. But what I love, like, and why I really wanted to talk to you today is because there's a lot of introspection in everything that you do. And there's a lot of honesty in everything that you do. And I feel like telling the truth in a world such as the world today is actually revolutionary. So I see you as a bit of a legend. I think you're a bit of a legend. Because you're always
look
blunt
at
about
that.
everything that you think. And I think there's a lot of power in that as well. I'm sure you've noticed.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And that's what we do here as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. I'm from Brazil, so soccer is one of my passions.
Yeah.
And when I saw the stuff you do first time, because I saw the gym. Obviously, it looks amazing, by the way. Because so I think bodybuilding is my biggest passion.
Yep.
So I used to be a fitness model. I competed 3 times. WFF, tall fitness modeling.
Yeah.
First
Awesome.
place in my division, and competed in Canberra. I've competed natural bodybuilding before in London when I was at uni, and then I competed Mr. Olympia in Brazil, but like it's next level there. I still no chance. I did more for like my YouTube channel and content. But yeah, I would say soccer is one of my passions, and I stopped playing soccer because I wanted to be a bodybuilder, and I was like, I need to choose, because if I get hurt doing soccer, I won't be able to train anymore. Brazilians are very competitive, as everyone, right? But like we have a different feeling about emotion about soccer. Like it's literally like
it's your blood.
Yeah, like I've been to like over 30 countries. I lived in 5. Every country, when I meet everyone, first time, Pele, Neymar, all that, Brazilian samba, soccer. So it's part of our
football,
identity, right?
Yeah.
So when I saw you doing things for soccer, I was very interested on it, because I'd never seen that before. I'd never seen, there's probably a lot of people doing it. I've never seen like coaches that focus on people that wants to play soccer, especially because I come from a place from soccer. And in my country, I've never seen that happening.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think it's so smart.
Yeah.
And yeah.
No, look, I mean, it's popular in this country. A lot of people do have their academies set up, and they do run businesses. I've just chose to keep it to a very boutique one-to-one.
That's what I mean.
Because you can run groups and obviously you can extend your income, which is fine. But at the same time, I generally care for your development. And if you look at the world percentages around the world, the best coaches in the world have one-on-one coaches. Those one-on-one coaches have it's a never-ending one-to-one coach, and everyone needs one regardless of who you are.
Yeah.
I agree.
So yeah, and it's funny you're speaking about Brazil. I was not that talented when I played. To be fair, I'm not that talented at anything. I just work hard.
How talented were you? How good were you? What position were you playing?
I was a defender. Look, what my strength, I believe, was my work ethic, and the idea of how to quickly go from negative to positive, get into the third space, which is all about being in the moment. Of course, I fuck up here and there, but my strength was my determination to keep pushing and driving. So when I was playing pro my last 7 years here in Australia, I was regarded as one of the fittest and strongest when I played. The reason for that is professional, you train every day, 6 to 7 times a week. I train 15 times a week.
Right.
Because I knew
Yeah.
if I could be fitter, I'll outlast you and outdo you.
So you are incredibly driven. What would you say it is that forged you in such a way? What would be the key to people becoming as driven as you are? What was it for you?
That made me drive. I lost my license many times.
I don't even have one, so let's not talk about that. But yeah, like it's admirable. It's quite admirable how you never gave up and you've achieved all these things. And I just want to know what drives you, basically.
I think from probably earlier. Look, I think from my understanding from a young age, I was always being told I was very cheeky and tenacious, and that's great. But also from the failures that I've had, I'm scared to fail through my own stupidity, and I don't like the word lazy. So I think I pride myself on all you got to do is just, I guess, put one foot in front of the other and just go faster. And I don't believe in the word burnout. I think there's ways around you can control that. Yes, there's moments where we do naturally burn out, but man, I can sustain a high level of work ethic through, because once you're passionate about something, or you love, or you're driven, you don't burn out.
Exactly.
True? Yeah,
that's it.
That's true. It's funny that you said burned out, because it's been 3 days I don't sleep, man. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this podcast. I don't know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see my eyes? Does it look anything?
No, the first time I
weird?
walked in, I'm like, he has no eyes.
I was honestly, because I'm working on one thing with me, like I'm very into like the motivational, and I record a lot because I'm a YouTuber, so I vlog. So I have a lot of moments in my life, and I like to gather that on my content, and I like to do some cool edits with it about life transformation.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a big project now. I love the project, but it gets to like, I'm a very creative person at night. She goes to bed early because it's her thing.
Yeah,
but like me,
you gotta stay up.
I think I'm an artist for that. I have like a Picasso thing on me that clicks, and like I have 8 editors at the moment working with me in my business. But this one, I added myself and all high-end stuff.
Yep.
And it gets to midnight, and I'm like, wow, I thought about this, and I go through the whole night. She's in bed.
Yeah.
She doesn't really do well sleeping without me because we're very together all the time.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm English for to change my voice.
Yeah, so
Tick.
it's like so like you said that because so before yesterday I didn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
Then I went through the whole day, and then at night I went into 3 a.m. Then I had a project for a client that I had to finish like that.
Yeah.
Then I had to work until 3 a.m. and then I slept for 2 hours, woke up 5, and that's the day. And then today I went, and then at about no, today I didn't sleep. Sorry. So that's me losing it. So and then this afternoon I had like 2 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
But I feel good now. But it's fun. But like I was like, I'm not sleeping because I'm so passionate about it, and I refuse to sleep because I love this, and I want to finish.
Talking about drive, right?
And it's a
Bringing it back to-
masterpiece.
yeah.
Probably my best edit of my whole life.
Yeah, great.
And I show my editors; they're all better
yeah.
than me, but they're like, I can't believe you did that. And they wanted to look every aspect of the project.
How cool is that?
And it's cool. And now I can sleep after this podcast. Yeah.
You can sleep after you show us your edit.
Yeah. I'm
so-
excited for
We're
this.
so excited.
I'm not going to sleep.
Oh my God. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
Pedj is not going to sleep now. What have you done?
But it might not be like a big deal for you guys because I feel like you guys are in a acting. It's different industry, right? Because like when you go social
lot of editing
media
too.
slash
But not like you.
content creation social media, it's different when you go to the high end filming production. Like you don't. You get it's. I just feel like it's different. Like
No,
if
it would be different. I think what's different is the industry itself and the creativity of it all. But I think if you break down the certain structures and pillars, there will be elements where all three of us will hit a heightened emotion where we just trigger our own strengths.
Yeah.
So what you do, I can't do. What you do, blah, blah, blah. So, no. I didn't mean it like that. As in, we're all, it's like your creative space is, you are an artist. As you are, and everyone's an artist in their own unique way. I find myself to be very creative, but you get me to draw something, I'm retarded. You get me to do photography, I'm retarded. Videography, I'm quite cool. I think I'm quite natural at it from the nightclubs, and I used to do a bit of DJing, blah, blah, blah. So I love the emotion of music capturing image.
Yeah.
Right? Get me to... okay, here's a question. Would you think I sound dumb or intelligent when I speak?
I think you sound very smart.
Okay.
Educated.
You get me to write, I can't read and write. I can't. I'm just.
But you're good at talking.
Yeah, but I can't write. See, so I don't know. I can talk, but get me to write this, I'm like, So everyone's got their weaknesses and strengths. So,
True.
Yeah.
So what you did, I think, is phenomenal. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I don't know if I should
Because
say
there's
that.
a big play now.
I'll build it up, but for me, it's
Yeah,
such
you
a big
built-
deal.
no,
But I don't think
it's
you guys
like-
get that impressed, honestly. Like, it's...
No, don't play it down.
No, I'm not playing it down. I'm just being like fully
You will
honest.
have to show it to
because
us
also
regardless.
it's like it's like you it's my culture in it, and like it's my journey.
So-
And it's not very familiar to Australia. Someone is born in Australia, and like because I deal with motivation for Brazilians, it's like it's more appealing to my audience in Brazil than like someone in Australia. See what the fuck this guy is doing. You know?
Yes. Look, I mean,
Yeah.
there are, look, you can't please the world, clearly. I listen to Italian classical music every single day. I can say exactly the words in the song. I have no idea what it is, but I connect to the emotion of it.
Devi imparare italiano.
Yeah, see, gracias. I speak Spanish.
That's Italian.
Yeah, I mix it up. But my point is, if yours has the delivery that it's needed, no matter what, you naturally connect to it.
Yeah.
That's like anything in life. It's I'm not, like I said, I'm not into Christmas, and yet I'm connected to your Christmas because it looks really nice. And
That's cool.
Bravo to you.
Thank you. Well, I'm actually really excited with YouTube lately because on the last summit, like every year, YouTube is Google, right? So they are the high-end AI technology, and they're incorporating something on YouTube now that is like, it's going to double every video. So if someone from another country wants to watch my video in Portuguese, they can watch it straight away in English.
Okay.
And if someone in English, someone in a Spanish-speaking country, French-speaking country wants to watch this video in English, they'll just press a button on YouTube and it will double up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's happening because actually Mr. Beast, because he was creating channels in different languages, and he was like with YouTube head office, like, guys, I'm the biggest on YouTube, and I think it's ridiculous the fact that you guys have all this AI technology that you don't want to release, and I'm here creating a bunch of channels in different languages. Makes sense.
Okay.
Wow.
So now you can already upload audio to the same video that is a different language, but in the near future, I don't know if it's happening already, YouTube is going to automatically double your video in a different language.
Well, AI is taking over the world. What are your thoughts on AI? Artificial intelligence. Do you use it in your daily life at all?
I love how she had to explain what it was. Like,
really? No, that's not for you, but it's just good to always state.
Actually, it's an interesting question because it's probably going to...
It's not for you.
It's probably going to take...
I'm
joking. No, I want to explain the perspective. It's probably going to take your job.
As an actor?
As an actor. So you don't not seeing what is happening in Hollywood.
So many things are getting recloned and changed, and you don't know what's what.
And people directors just want to buy rights of actors. I think it's not right because I don't want to watch AI. I think it's very unnatural, and I don't think AI will ever, maybe not in our lifetime. I don't think they'll be ever as meaningful as human beings. But yeah, so what's your thought? Like in terms of like...
Oh, well, I mean, I think it's the way the world's heading. But I remember when Eagle Eye first came out, the movie. I don't know if you ever watched Eagle Eye. Anyone watch Eagle Eye? It was with Shia.
When you're editing,
the Shia LaBeouf. Well, it was literally an AI movie where there was this artificial intelligence that corrupted itself and then no one could diffuse it. It took over the world, could literally hack into every little part of the mainstream. So it was literally an AI from 2008. Wow. So when I watched it, I was like, fuck, this is what the future's heading to. So, I mean, does AI help fast track things 100%? Have I seen it even with my fiance, who's a psychologist, and I've seen how they can re-script things. I've seen with advertising where I can type in something that helps out. So I can see in terms of how it can fine-tune timing, that's for sure, and make you sound more intelligent. I'm a current AI, that's why I sound smart. So am I all for it? I don't know, man. Human natural, you can't beat human connection.
You can't.
It's impossible. You can never make it like that.
We'll still have theatre as actors.
Yeah, robots. So, yeah, I mean, look, if it's going to make you build a business, then great, awesome for you.
It's going to put a lot of people out of business.
Well, it already has. You can just look at the major factories, how they're just, where you had thousands of workers, now it's just one machine.
Yeah, even like the video production, like there's so many things that you can automate. So, for example, like before, you would probably need someone to do the color grading, and then you need someone like I'm talking like movie production. Yes. So like you need a team to do like the whole sound effect, etc., and sound grading.
Yeah.
And then but now like you can literally put someone's voice and make everybody sound like you. For example.
That's right. Yeah.
And studio quality.
Yeah.
You know. Still not 100%, but like I'm sure these high-end companies would have access to a different ecosystem that we do. I do a lot of Adobe, and Adobe is already like there. Like you don't need this to do a podcast anymore. You just need my phone. Because then with my phone, you can run it on Adobe Enhanced Podcast, and you have a podcast quality result.
100%.
Yeah. So
no, I think I remember in 2009, 2010, Colgate toothpaste. There was a video on their factory where they went from all these workers to just like 10. And that was in 2010, and they were saying where the world's heading. The good old camera guy in a helicopter that films all the ads, now it's a
drone.
What's it called? Drone.
Yeah.
So he's lost a job. You know what I mean? It's all these little things that...
Yeah. But the guy that was in a helicopter, probably it's an aerospace passion person, and if he's smart enough, he will practice drones and he will masterpiece that. He'll master that and incorporate that to his profession.
Yeah,
but
like
most of the cases, that's not what happened.
Yeah, like the best thing is to learn how to work with the cyborg.
Well, that's right. But
So you can survive.
and what you were saying before, and it's true, like old school entrepreneurs don't adapt to today's entrepreneurship, fail. because not everyone can adapt to new times because they're stuck in their ways. And
Yeah.
so
Like AI's. Sorry.
you're welcome. Do you want a drink?
voice.
There's some water.
Thank you so much.
I've got a
Take
for
your
you.
time, Sandra. We're gonna wait for you.
Too excited. So AI still needs to be operated by someone and enabled. So I feel like, there will still be jobs for the ones that want to embrace the future and learn how to do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just,
Yeah.
how much how much do you love the future, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate the past.
Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, fine. Where's the vino? I'm joking.
Yeah, you did mention, and I didn't know this, but I was waiting for you to say that you are in a relationship with someone practicing psychology.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that like?
Yeah, it's not as what people would think, and I thought like I get free service every day.
That's what we all
Yeah.
think.
No, it's
That's why I'm asking you.
it's not. If anything, it's probably more me than her that fucking pushes the questions. Because I love mindset coaching, and this is interesting. So when I have a client and there's a situation where I feel I'm not qualified to answer, I'll run it back to her, and then she'll give me this data breakdown of blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, it's not my area. I'm not going to rewire this person's brain. That's not my expertise.
Yeah.
So she's very normal in a sense. She doesn't live a psychologist way in terms of, hello, dear, why are your eggs 2 and not 3, and why aren't they scrambled? Like, is there a reason you're telling me that? It's nothing like that. It's just normal. She's just normal. I'm normal. She's normal. Well, actually, I'm weird. She's weird too.
Well, I don't
So-
think when something doesn't go your way, you go to the kitchen and go, "Is this a dagger I see before me?" Either. So, like, it's a classical acting.
Do that again. I
very
like that. That was good. Do it again. That was
Is
nice.
this a dagger I see before me?
Fuck.
No,
I
but
love the fact that I'm
it-
doing a podcast with actors.
Oh, well, no, I'm not.
Let me nod to the marriage. Of
I'm
free
not a good
minds
actor,
amid
just so you know.
impediments.
I'm not.
Look at this guy.
No. I think
No,
He's acting right now. It's so good.
well, they say the true acting is to be truthful in an imaginary way.
If you can tell an actor is acting and you go, "You're a good actor," that means he's a poor actor.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able to tell when someone's acting at all.
Yeah.
So,
the
yeah.
fact that you think I like bean Higgs for my smiles means I'm good acting. I hate it. Hate bodybuilding. I hate soccer. I hate marketing agencies. Christmas,
You
goddamn
love
it.
Christmas. You love Christmas.
That
You
was a
love
good one.
Christmas, right?
That was a good one. That was a good one.
No. It's all about energies. I'm telling you, without being overboard spiritual. I can't fucking say the word.
Do you need some water?
I'm nervous. I love being spiritual. I do a lot of meditation, but without being that guy with his legs crossed with a long beard going hung. So there's, I'm just very big on energy, and synchronicity is very important. And I think the world, through fucking waters to flowers to humans, we're all in the same frequencies. So I'm very big
I
on
love
that.
that. Well, that's what the universe is. Rhythm, vibration, and energy.
Oh, rhythm is the dancer.
It is.
You guys
And
are
as
so
an
deep.
actor, you do need to work with that a lot.
Yeah.
And you go in, because I graduated acting college, I've got a BA honors in drama performance. And if you ask me what I did for 3 years, it's very, very hard to explain. It's very hard. Like, you'd go into your drama games in trances of 3 hours long of acting that felt like 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
And you'd be crawling on the floor, crying. There'd be you'd be guided by the thespian, the teacher.
That's why Sandra is Sandra. Now I understand.
What's that supposed to mean?
Wait.
That's why.
Don't make me take my studies
Fascinating.
off and ask you again.
Is that okay?
Yeah, no, but it's
No, but she's very expressive and
very expressive.
I never
There's a lot.
noticed.
I don't know if that was a
We
joke.
had to fight
Yeah,
on the
we-
first
yeah.
day when we
Yeah.
met. They were like, "You two are good. You're gonna do the fight scene." We were like,
wait,
"What?"
do you know? Did she? Okay, so
How did you?
All right, so I'll explain, and then she can explain that part.
Okay.
So we were
can
with the
explain
same
myself.
agency, and there was an in-house pilot for like an American TV game show that they want to sell to the American companies. So it was about being on a farm to win $1 million worth of cows. So they made 7 contestants. I was one. Funnily enough, I was almost like me as a footballer, but an overboard footballer. Oh, I got my fucking chicks, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to fuck yous all up. She was from Coachella in high
an
heels.
influencer,
Yeah, so I was
funny
in a
enough.
suit on the farm. She was in high heels from Coachella. You had an ex-Harvard guy who lost cryptocurrency. You had a boyfriend and girlfriend that were just I can't remember the names. They were normal.
No, she
See,
was an
Lauren.
influencer and he was just preppy.
Yeah, and there was one more. But anyway, so we all different personalities. So we had to do all these tasks as a
Yeah.
game host, and we had to work in teams. And she was the team leader of me and another girl. But the theme was I liked the attention of the girl, so I was always getting distracted. But we made a pact that we're going to win it together.
Yeah. We had a
So,
pact.
and then she probably got jealous that I was flirting with the other girl. And in the character,
it was
not
in
in
the
real.
script. It was in the script. This is what I was told.
Yeah, and then the final scene at the bar was the director said, "We want you to have a fight, and then you can explain, and then I'll finish it off."
Yeah. So we had a fight and I picked on him because he was flirting with the girl. And I was like, did you forget what we're here for? Like, keep your head above the water, like head in the game. Like, and then he went like, you're just jealous. No, no, no. And then the fight escalated to the point to which like the director actually said he thought we were going at each other. We were having a real go at each other.
Wow.
And then we actually both got really lovely messages off the cast
Yeah.
team saying that if they actually end up doing this, they'd like us to be a part of it because it was quite entertaining and they think we've got great
Yeah, so it
potential.
was a very truthful argument in a sense of, to the point of we were listening to each other and naturally, yeah. So the director kind of goes, I thought you guys were fighting, but he goes, take, that's it. We don't have to do it again. He was happy with that take because it was truthful in a
Yeah.
sense
We were
of,
actually fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking annoying.
But
You were just pissed off I
coming
didn't
out?
drink that coffee you bought me.
That's true, yeah.
When is this coming out?
No, it's not. It's a private in-house pilot. So the directors worked on like all the American.
It's a pilot.
They might do it, though.
Yeah, so so the guy who made it has
to sell
done
it.
Amazing Race. He's done like Big Brother, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he's just doing another different version to sell. So if they buy into it,
They have
Because
investors.
this is a very, very interesting thing. I have TV show ideas all the time. And people say, oh, but I don't know how to do that. How do you do that? How do you do a TV show? Well, you get a pilot done first. You create a pilot, you hire a crew, cast,
That's what you said.
everything's truthful for that one episode. And then you get some NDAs going and you present them to the investors after they've signed them. So that's how you go for producing a TV show.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what was happening there.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So we.
What is the scene? Because I'm very uneducated in the, like, I understand about like filming and like filming set in cinema quite a lot, but I don't understand anything about the acting world. So what is the acting industry in Australia like? Like what, like, because you guys are pretty active on it, and there's a lot of people out there that would still want to be actors. Can you say actresses? They changed that, right?
You can say both.
You can say both, yeah.
Yeah.
They changed that, I think,
Did they or whatever?
recently. I don't know. But actors and actresses. So there's people that wants to be there. And I don't know about the marketing in Australia. Like, I don't know what it looks
It's
like.
a jungle out there, Akila.
Yeah. Like a liger.
Only the strong survive.
He's too active, man. I was just like,
He's getting scared.
I'm not the
Don't be
director.
scared.
You will be if you keep talking
Look,
like that.
Australia's a very small market, put it that way. In terms of like the acting, it's not easy, and nor I'm not saying anything successful in that sense, but
market.
TV shows, like if you go on platforms and you look at auditioning for an Australian TV show, you'll get 1 to 2, where England, America is like 15.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more population, but so here, it's like I'm speaking to actors all the time, and for me, I was never trying to become an actor, if that makes sense. So I was looking to do commercials, and then I fell in love with doing short films, which is like 5 to 10 minute films, where they show.
How do you get those films? I never
Through
watched a
audition.
5 to 10.
Well, then you don't see them. They go into festivals where people win awards, and then from those awards, you get bigger directors that will then invest back in to potentially turn that into a movie.
Right.
Potentially. Or they get more funding to make more stuff. So
Right.
I'm doing a feature film now, which is pretty cool. The director's won awards before overseas. He's actually quite talented, to be fair. So I don't know the true answer behind. I think any industry is hard to crack.
It's hard until you get into the bubble. once you're in the bubble, I know a lot of people in the bubble, and the way they talk about these things is like, oh, they all meet all the time on sets. It's always the same people most of the time.
Yeah,
It's the same people.
I've met the
And
same circle of
they would
people.
ask each other. They'd be like, "Did you audition for this?" And they'd be like, "No." "Oh, nor did I." Why? Because they were already on the list. So sometimes it does happen that
really?
casting agencies and producers and directors, they just get comfortable with some people, and then they just keep using the same people. So once you're inside the bubble, you're very, very safe. Cracking into the bubble is very, very hard. And I've lived in 11 countries, and I can say I've always gone for this because I started acting very, very young, and I've never grown out of it, and I never will. So I've gone for this in Japan, in Macau, in Hong Kong, and in China. They were like, "Well, do you speak Mandarin?" I was like, "No," and that's why I had to
Didn't you live
reinvent
in India
myself.
as well?
I did not live in India. Whatever gave you that idea?
Don't you remember?
September.
No,
What?
my podcast.
Your podcast.
She accidentally edited India instead of
Oh, yeah.
Ibiza.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was close enough.
She got
It was
really
close
upset.
enough.
It was like for 0.0001 second.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you put the words over something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I imagine her getting upset.
Yeah.
I lived in Asia long enough.
I had
to,
so much fun with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I'm
did.
like, no, I won't do it.
That's such a Sandra thing to do.
But I didn't edit it. It wasn't my fault. I did nothing wrong.
Take control.
I'm only small.
Just quickly going back.
Yeah.
So you said once you're in the bubble,
Once you're in the bubble, but cracking into the bubble is
yeah.
the hard part, right?
But then, how do you crack in the bubble? Because he didn't want to be an actor, and you studied to be an actor. So we have two different.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's very smart. That's a very smart.
You are
remark.
educated.
He is.
I'm good.
wears glasses.
I like asking questions because I'm interested, and I feel like I try to chase
Yeah.
the good question to make me comprehend things better.
Yeah. So
But thank you so much.
the journey is going to be the same, right? Like you're going to get a profile up on all the websites to begin with. You're going to knock at all the doors. You're going to get with all the
Literally.
agencies. You also need to have a really good like starting point, like a good headshot, a good show reel. You need all these materials.
Whose door would I knock if I want to be an actor? Do I go to the
You
director's
would
house?
go, well, like if you know who the director is, do it.
Events,
Honestly,
right? I
I'll
guess.
tell you this. I'll tell you, they taught us this in uni and in the various courses that I've done. They always tell you this: always keep knocking. Like if you get pushed back, if you don't get a reply, try again. And that is the biggest thing in acting, because you're gonna get so many doors slammed in your face and so many no's. You just have to audition and forget about it. So just act like you've got amnesia and you've never done it. If it comes back, great. If it doesn't, well, you've already forgotten about it. It's never happened. Because otherwise, your little heart will be crushed.
Yeah.
So, and it's not you. It's not your fault if you don't get it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just you do not fit the profile. You could be the best actor on the planet. If you need to look a certain way, because that's what the director had in mind, and this is the beauty of it. Now, because I do social media and content production, I'm behind the camera. I'm the one scripting. I'm the one that has the vision. So when I'm trying to cast, I usually act in my own stuff. But like if I'm trying to cast someone else, I already know what I want. And
Yeah.
if it's not that face, I'm probably going to say no matter how good the actor is. So it's really good to transition and be on the other side of the camera and understand all these things. And now to be able to share with everyone and tell young actors, it's not you. You just don't have the face. It is just the truth.
Right.
You're just not it. So that's a very, very important lesson.
I felt quite motivated from that. I don't think I'm going to speak
that
again.
that was my big moment in the
That
podcast.
was you really brought it.
That was good. That was pretty good. I have a different question for
Oh,
you
thank
though.
God.
How to be in a bubble if you don't want to be in a bubble? Like how to be an
You
actor
just wanna get
if you
inside
don't
the
want to be an
bubble.
actor? Because you didn't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you weren't trying. I guess.
Well, how do I say? I mean, I've always lived by the rule that. Funnily enough, I did a public speaking event about a month ago, and I always ask the crowd in the start, speak up, tell me 3 negative things about yourself, because no one likes to speak negatively about themselves. So I like to get the room engaged and in the moment. And for the first time, the room actually said back, how about you go first, Pedj? I'm like, okay, cool, no worries. So then I put it back on them and said, how about you all tell me what you think of me? Am I cocky, arrogant, confident, sad, depressed, dickhead, whatever you want, say it, nothing personal, right? They started saying a few things. Confidence is normally the main one, but one person said, you like to be in the deep end. And I'm like...
Sorry, what does that mean?
So the deep end, like, in the ocean, if you're in the deep, you drown. But if you're in the shore, it's safe.
Ah,
Right,
so
right,
you
right.
like to get in trouble.
No. Like I like to take risks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to live life where, like for instance, you guys are marketing gurus. I don't claim to be a marketing guru, but I will say, yeah, I'll give it a go. I'm sure I can do something that's good or better in my version. So I've always had the ability from young. I may not have the skill set, but my determination will say, fuck, let's just try it. So I don't care about rejection. Never have, never will. It's part of life. I think because I got rejected since I was born, which is another conversation.
Well, you
I've
can
told you
be in
this
the
one.
conversation.
No, that's not needed. Point was,
Well,
I mean, I've spoken about it many times, but
Yeah.
there's more important things. So I think I've just had that resilience where, fuck it, let's just go for it. So with acting, with my acting coach, he came on my podcast, fun enough. Luke Ford, shout out, legend. This will get cut out, you watch. And he came on and I asked him a question about acting and blah, blah, blah. And he said, you know what, Pedj, when I look back on my career, because he's been in some big movies, and he said, it's not about what I've made. He goes, I just want to look back and be proud of what I've done, not so much about the dollars. And it reignited the fact that, you forget sometimes we just chase dollars and we forget to be proud of what we've done. And that's when I decided, you know what, I'm going to try these acting-free films instead of just going for commercials. And I fell in love with it straight away. And I was like, you know what, karma's a big thing. You do something free, you get something in return, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And that's where you grow as well and
I've
experience.
I've made him happy.
Yeah.
it made me really happy, yeah.
I think I've won. I
He's
beat
going to
you.
go off and become an actor now. Like, what have you done? We've lost the creator.
So the thing with me, when I started I honestly, I don't consider myself a guru. I consider myself more like a creator that, because he's a guru. I mean, he's quite a guru. He knows a lot about ads and marketing. She understands a lot about social media. Me, when I go for my clients, I try not to go for every client because and I get it. Some people will make a lot of money with marketing. For example, she's going to make a lot of money, right? Because she has a solution for everybody. I don't, and I choose not to because because you said, how about you do things not for the big dollar, but to be proud of, to actually because so I was talking about this thing that I was doing, right? It's an intro for my channel. What did you say I should talk about? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. Thank you, baby. That's why I love you. And, she knows.
No, you love her for more than just that.
Just that, yeah. But she knows what I'm thinking.
Look how much love she has for you. She's freezing over there with a blanket while we say nice and
Poor
cool.
thing. I have the aircon on all the time, and she's not the type of person. She likes, yeah.
Same.
But I like to be cold so I can think better. If I'm in the heat, I can't think properly.
Oh, that's what's gone wrong with my life. I'm in the wrong time, mate. Fuck, I got it all wrong.
I don't want to go too much out, but there's actually studies saying because the schools in Brazil that don't have aircon, they're normally public schools, and the private schools have aircon, and that's a factor on the performance of the students, right? Because I was always complaining in my classroom, this is too hot for me, I can't even think, and I did a lot of maths and physics because I was an engineer. And I was like, please get a goddamn aircon, and I actually checked this study that actually says there's many reasons, but temperature can interfere on the way you think because your brain needs an optimal temperature.
No, there's a lot, I agree with that.
If you're too cold, you get brain freeze, though.
No, that's
all
when you
know
have
that.
Slurpees. You know how dumb this is? Someone I knew had a Slurpee. So I had a Slurpee, right? And I got a brain freeze.
Yeah.
And then that person didn't get a brain freeze. And then somehow said that Google said people that don't get brain freezes actually have a brain. But it doesn't make sense because what's the point of being a brain freeze? So it's just dumb.
That's
So I entertained it. Just because they were
Yeah.
I think they were just jealous they couldn't get a brain freeze.
Yeah, I
They
don't
couldn't be
get
part
a
of the brain freeze crew.
but my mouth freezes to the point to which I can't even articulate anymore.
Is that what happened in the last podcast? You had a Slurpee?
I love Slurpees.
Watch it and you'll know.
Oh, there you go. Adverb 101. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I love Slurpees, by the way. So I always get two.
Shout out to 7-Eleven if you want to sponsor the next
There's one
podcast.
right here. I'm
If you want to
probably gonna
sponsor
go
the
there
next
after.
podcast.
You're not. You're having a hot shower.
I love Oxy Shreds. They also come from 7-Eleven.
Your oxygen. Fuck me.
You would love one right now.
Yeah, I thought of you at the petrol station. It was 2 for $7.50. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
Which petrol station is this?
I'm back there somewhere.
Okay.
A few
We
minutes
go,
down
we
the
go.
road.
But
Go on.
so like because you said that, right? So what I'm working is the intro for my channel. And my YouTube channel has a face, so I'm actually over 700K subscribers right now.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
It's a big audience. So like, I see a lot of people buying followers today, all that bullshit. Like all the followers I have all across my social medias, they are like real likenesses. Like it was a lot of work that I did over time and like, and I made no money of it. No money. And I didn't care too much about the followers and I didn't care too much about the money because I have books. So I have like a book that has over 1 million downloads and I have a book that is paid that has like 50K downloads, which is pretty good. It's paid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and the one is about learning languages and the other one is about self-development. So I was always this person like, when I started YouTube, I was recording my life and I was in a situation that I hated, but I was like, guys, I'm recording this because one day I'll transform my life and I'll be in a way better place and I want you guys to follow it. And at the time, people were like, you're crazy. Like you're recording a life, your room looks like shit. Like you look like shit. Like everything looks like shit. And I was like, yeah, but like, I feel like people watch it, and if I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. Like, but if I win, it's gonna be the biggest win, you know, because people watch the transformation, and that's how I grew my channel. So when I actually got to a point that my life was much better, that's when I hit like 500,000 subscribers, 100K on my Instagram, and yeah. So my channel has something that is very original, which is the intro, because the intro is what get people hyped up. Right? And like I said, it was stages of my social media. That was this stage that I was highly motivational and passionate about it. But then money started coming in. And I learned how to make money online pretty fast and quick, right? Like a lot of money. So we have a strategy to launch online courses that you hype people up and you have a whole strategy, a whole marketing funnel. Once people are about to buy, and you create a scarcity, and like your partner would probably know how to explain that pretty well. Once you get to that point in their mind, they're so obsessed with it, they'll pay any price and they'll pay quick and they will do anything. They'll use credit cards, they'll use credit lines, they'll do whatever, right? Of course. So I have my best friend from uni, we're both engineers. When I came to Australia to be an engineer here in working mining, my channel started going up and I did this course from this guy at the time, and I was like with my best friend. He was working in São Paulo, which is the biggest city in Brazil, and he was an engineer there too, and we were both unhappy. I knew already because I studied engineering because I wanted to leave Brazil and live in a better country, improve my life. But he was also unhappy with the situation. He was an engineer in São Paulo, 9-to-5 job. He wasn't really liking it. Industry in civil engineering can be really aggressive, like it's construction, a lot of ego. People just want to make money, that type of thing. And I was like, man, I found something. So I was checking my channel. I found something that can make me a lot of money. And I wanted to be, because I trust you in my life. I trust you in my bank account. I wanted us to do this together, right? So he's my best friend. And then I gave him a course, and now he's a specialist. Like he changes people so well with Google ads, with Facebook ads, Meta ads, TikTok ads. He really you go on my website, and then tomorrow you can go to like Kmart website, you see an ad from my website. He's really good at it. Yeah. So he got his thing going, and we kind of grew it together, right? So when the money started coming in, sorry guys, I know I'm extending too much, but
no,
I'll get to the
fine.
point. When money started coming in, I started like money, because money is good, right? So, and then I realized something on my channel. I was like, wow, if I put cars, money, and girls on my channel, because my audience was most males, it goes really well.
Yeah.
So I started going viral girls videos and with girls and stuff like OnlyFans girls, etc. I have nothing against it. I had a great time doing it, but then I lost the first reason that I was doing when I was not making money. Because when I was not making money, I was this guy in my room creating a vlog with a very old GoPro Hero 3 Plus, which is 4K but it's 30 frames per second. It looks like it looks bad. And sensor is really small, smaller than an iPhone. And I lost that. But I was balling. Like I went to live in the US, and then I was around all these famous people, etc. And she was actually a person that brought me to who I actually am. Because it got to a point that I started like getting really sad. I wouldn't say depressive, but I was like getting really sad because I was like, man, like that's not why I started this. I started this because I wanted to motivate someone that, as me, went through the same struggles, crying in the room, didn't want to go out, didn't even want to look to people, was anxious about everything, was depressed, I lost my mom when I was really young. That affected me. Family nowadays, I understand like family is so important, for your upbringing, for your self-development, etc. Fast forwarding. If you type intro Aquila Nolasco on YouTube, you see a bunch of people that saved my intro and reposting other channels and going viral. So it's a very special thing of what I do with my channel. People get so emotional and so excited about my intro. And because my online business went to this thing like, now I want motivate, impact people's life. Now money comes first. And I became commercial and just like, no, let's go viral more times. And that's what happens on a creator's mind when you see the numbers and you see the big numbers. And they wanted me to have that single lifestyle, etc. But I was in love and I was like, that's not me. And I was always the person teaching then you need good partners, you need someone that will support you, and that was the very beginning. And I was like, you know what, last year, I was like, no, I'm going to change this, I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to become the person that I actually am. And that's all cool. My views went down. Like honesty, and the money too, everything, right? But then all the people start respecting me, like really successful people. Like when I say successful, I can show you after. Really, really successful people. People that made like $20 million launching online courses in like an hour. Yeah. Like highly successful people, 5 million followers, like across like Instagram and a bunch of things. So I started gaining respect. My views down, but then because I wasn't viral anymore, I wasn't a YouTuber, blah blah blah. I wasn't the TikToker, big numbers anymore. But then I started talking truth and from my heart, and then started impacting people's life. So if you actually go on my comments. When you see most of the influencers, you see a bunch of emojis, you see a bunch of things that are fake and etc. Or if you see a really massive influencer, like if you go to Kardashian, for example, you will see a bunch of like meaningless comments. But if you go to my comment section, you see texts. And sometimes you go see 10, sometimes you go see 100, but it's just people saying, bro, you changed my life, etc. And cool. And that's what I like. So, going back again, if you go type intro Aquila Nolasco, you see my last intro was 3 years ago. That's when I changed. That's when I stopped being motivational and then I was more like about the numbers and going viral. Yep. And that's why like I spent 2 weeks, I got no sleep because I think that video that I done for most people won't mean nothing, but like for my people is gonna mean a message that is gonna echo a lifetime. Like it's honestly gonna leave a mark in my generation. And that's what that's when my first video on my channel, I'm here recording, my life is gonna transform and I wanna leave a legacy, and that's it. And when I meet someone like you, because my audience puts me in a pedestal, right? And I actually might use a cut of this video on my channel if you don't mind.
No, of course not.
Yeah, it's in Portuguese, but I'll put like some captions because I have an English course. I have an English course, so part of my like a huge part of my audience, they want to live abroad and they learn English with me. So, but so I want to show them It's not just me. Like, there's a lot of successful people out there. Like Sandra, for example, you know, when people talk about, you got to be feminist. I fully support feminism, but like I support the type of feminism, the type that is not a victim. Because I know women struggle, they need to conquer their rights in many aspects. But I love when I see someone like that, that like, she lived in different countries. I lived in different countries, and I'll tell you, for me, it was really hard. But I'm a man, and I want, if I go to battle, there's nothing that will beat me. Like, I've gone through really the worst things in life. Nothing will beat me. I can live in any country. You can put me... I'm sorry, look, you can put me anywhere. Like, I will succeed. You know, I went through everything that I could go. I don't think that's something like, you can put me in war, I'll probably die because...
You're very resilient.
But like, I will, you know, I'll go to war.
A man and women play different roles. Yeah, I get it.
She's a woman, and I feel like for her, living in different countries by herself, doing all this by herself, is probably harder. Because I feel like, and especially in the job market, you as a woman, you will find some like guys that can be like very dominant about the male position in that field. So I love the fact, going back to the conclusion, bottom line, when you say you got to do something not for the big money, that's exactly what, that's why I was so like, wow, that was for me, because that's exactly what I'm living right now. I don't care about money. I love my simple life. I love her waking up, traveling the world with her, like doing things with her. Like, I don't care, man. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I like simple, because, you know, you don't know too when you're gonna be around. You know, and like money, like the car you own today, in 100 years, you're not gonna be around anymore, and it's gonna end up with someone that you don't even know. And that doesn't even know about you, that doesn't even care. So everything you own is gonna be given to someone else. People, I'm gonna leave to my kids. Yeah, maybe, but then your kids are probably gonna lose it, because I don't know, like maybe they're as hardworking, maybe they're not. So they're gonna lose everything. So like everything will go to someone else, and we don't know who is going to be. So that's why material things, man, doesn't really matter.
100%.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off that real quick and say I also lost my dad very young, and what he's taught me ever since I was a kid is seek glory, not cash. I come from a family of people that would place a great price on education. Everybody went to school, universities, postgrads, like that's all they did, study. And that's what they wanted me to do. And I'm a nerd as a result of that. And I'm proud of it too. It's fine. You can call me a nerd even after the podcast is ended. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Yeah, but seek glory, not cash. Yep. And I'm yet to get that tattoo, but I will. And it's a problem in nowadays world, because I actually hate money. I do not want money. And as a result of that, my clients usually pay me in a lot of goods, and it's a lot. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. Like, I don't like money at all, because why should we do things for each other for money? We should do things for each other, period. Like, if tomorrow we all woke up and just did everything that we're doing today, but not for money, just for each other.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Society would still function.
Yep.
Bingo. Like, everything would still be there.
That's how they used to do in the past.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
In the medieval time, you don't work for gold or anything. You work for the things that are gonna make you survive, and you
that's
know,
beautiful. Like
you do something for me, I create you a sword.
Exactly.
And then you give me like rice.
And like, just don't. Whenever someone comes up to you and asks for something, you schedule them in, and you're like, I'll get it done for you. Because when you go to the marketplace, you know, you need to pick up your cucumbers and your chicken for your table and all these things. Like, and there's someone doing that for you as well. Like, why can't we just live like that? You know. So
we can't.
I'm an idealist at heart, and I get laughed at a lot. So
look, I think we can all agree money is not important.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be your driver. I mean, look, money does give you support for a lot of things that are important to travel the world is one. Medical conditions, being in hospitals and all that, it's important to pay for surgeries.
Yeah.
So there are things where it's important. But yes, in terms of the point of it shouldn't be your driver, I agree completely.
Yeah.
In terms of what you were just saying about doing things for each other, it's funny how if you speak to people that I feel like I'm talking to this right now and not you.
No, it's okay. That's how you think, though.
Eyes up, Pedj. Camera. If you ask anyone that goes to back to their hometown or to their village where their parents are or their grandparents, they always come back and say, "Oh God, I could live here." Like it was so nice to reconnect with the family, listen to the history of it, seeing how they make their fruits and their vegetables. There's no bullshit around. Conspiracies. Of course, there's backstabbing everywhere in the world and people will manipulate, but the authenticity of that style of living doesn't exist amongst the mainstream because we're so fixated on what we're doing right now. So is it to go back that way, or is it good to be reminded of that and live in today's world with that mentality versus being that?
We don't really have a choice.
You always have a choice.
You have a choice, but would you be happy?
You chose to come late and not on time.
She's
when are you gonna stop giving
she's
me
a
grief
star.
over
When
that?
you get on time.
It's a lot of time to produce.
Look, let's talk about. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about that. I'll tell you
talk
something.
about it. Talk to that.
Sandra, why do you get late?
No, listen. Would you rather deal with someone that's always a little bit late, but when it comes to being productive, they excel every single time? Or would you rather someone that comes on time and does a shit job?
All right, that's a good topic.
So I'm going to trump you so hard right now. Just be on fucking time and do the fucking work.
Go on.
No. My fiance is very my fiance is always late. So to our very first date, she was half an hour late.
You know why? Do you need to do your pretty curls before you go on a date with her?
I was on time.
Guess not, but
This is
she
natural.
does. Exactly. So
Hey.
us girls, we need to look pretty. So that takes time.
Then make it earlier.
I gotta
We
disagree,
can't because
Sandra.
there's only 24 hours in a day.
I gotta disagree, Sandra.
I need more
Yeah.
women in this podcast.
Boys code.
No, I'll tell you.
I need the girls to support me in the comments.
Lucia takes 3 hours to get ready,
Yeah, very good.
but she's always on
Wait,
time.
wait,
She's
hang-
always on time.
Can I ask a question? Why are the people in the back talking?
They're like,
Come over here if you want to talk.
Yeah, there's another microphone.
But she's on
She's
time.
always on time.
But
Always.
but
She's like, if I'm 3 hours to get ready, okay, so I need to start getting ready 4 hours before I leave. That's her. I'm not like that. I'm more like Sandra, but not that late. You can expect me to be like 10 to 20 minutes late.
I have an excuse.
He was 8 minutes. He was 8 minutes late to getting me upstairs. That's for sure.
I didn't have my phone. Anyways,
Look, listen.
it's fine.
The
I'm getting
reason
excited
why-
about this lateness.
The reason why we're both a bit late is because
You're creatives, I get it.
You are also creative, but you just have to look after yourself looking good and your script. Yeah, I got to do that, but I got to prep the equipment as well. I got to make sure everything's there. I got to make sure I've got my props to change into. Like, it's a lot. I'm behind the camera and in front of the camera, so I am going to be late.
As a friend, I would say she's very perfectionist, and that's why she's always late. She's like 1 hour, 2 hours
a
late for
very
everything.
kind way of putting
She's
it.
very perfectionist.
I was an hour
and
late
she
to my own
wants
birthday party.
Everything.
That's a good way to
We
do it.
went to a boat party. She missed the boat
Yeah,
I missed the boat
believe
a
that.
couple of times.
a couple of times. Yeah.
But what about my
she's-
birthday party where I came?
Her
like-
birthday party, she was so she's perfectionist. If she goes to something, right, she wants to make it like a big deal and like she wants everything perfect and like if no lighting, no this, no that, doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I got that because it's like I have an editor that's like that as well, and it's just some people. I mean, it's annoying.
people.
She's late, you know. I got used to it. We used to it, you know.
Appreciate
But like
it.
some people get like tricky about it. But like
Were you never late,
No,
Pedj?
never.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
okay. So is the other battery charging?
Yeah.
So it's overheated.
I
Yeah,
think
it's
we'll be
because
here
it's
till,
high
like,
and
the morning light.
BPS.
This is
So
too good.
I should have changed
Well,
that
I
because
believe maybe
the
half an hour
quality is
max.
too high. The quality is too high.
I don't know what's going on, but it's like, do you want to give it a time to
Huh?
No. Just start. We about to finish anyway.
Which
We
one?
we good with
Which
time.
one?
Like being late is like a pet peeve for me.
Oh, how are you my best friend
Yeah.
then?
I'm being quiet.
I'm gonna listen always late.
Oh.
I'm being polite right now.
I literally hate it so much. And like when Achlan was late going downstairs, I was like, Achlan, he's waiting for you. Go downstairs. Go downstairs.
But you didn't tell me he was downstairs. I was getting the equipment ready.
See?
But I don't know why
Getting
no
the
one.
equipment
Yeah.
ready. That takes time, bro.
No, all I needed was my phone. I didn't know he was downstairs. Okay, I'm sorry,
That's okay.
but I wouldn't be the late that
No,
bad
you're
to like
half late.
He's
keep
not
you
as bad as I am.
keeping you
He's not.
waiting downstairs
I'm the
like
worst.
that was
I'm the
dumb.
worst.
It
It is true.
5 minutes. That was bit dumb. Hey guys, I think we should wrap it up.
No, I can go another 15 minutes if you
Can
want.
you? Are you
Yeah.
good?
If
Because I
we-
saw you looking on the phone and I don't
Oh
know
no,
if
it's
you
my
got.
partner. That's why she's just.
You should have brought her. She should have come
No,
with
she
you.
had dinner with her friends, but technically, I'm meant to be doing a Zoom call later on my script, but I'm going to cancel that because you are late. No, if it takes me 5 minutes to get somewhere, I'll give myself half an hour, and I still stress in that half an hour.
Yeah, me too.
That's her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd rather
She's
be,
before
half an
everybody
hour
else.
early than
Yeah,
be half an hour
same.
late.
It's not that I know you're not disrespecting.
Wait a minute.
Give a dog.
Yeah. But yeah, so being late is bad. Gotta respect people's time. Sandra, I'm sorry, but I mean,
I
we
do-
kind of
I am-
similar, but
I am-
I'm not that late.
I am respectful though. It's not.
It's not that you're respectful. I know you. You're a perfectionist. You like things being, and then that's great, and that's why your work is so beautiful. But yeah, sometimes if we don't explain people, that can come across as disrespectful, but it's not, guys. Sandra is very respectful, and every time she's late, she's sorry. So,
I'm very sorry.
Clearly
I
doesn't mean her
apologize.
sorry,
See,
does
this
she?
is another thing. Like it's being sorry and saying you're sorry and apologizing. That's a big thing. People nowadays don't do that anymore.
Well,
like you call them out on something and they get defensive, rather than saying, you know what?
Is this the topic that you want to talk about?
I don't know. I just kind of like,
So you're saying you
Went
should
into
say
it.
sorry?
yeah. I'm saying people should say
If
sorry.
you
I
mean it or
apologize.
don't mean it.
No, if you have wronged someone, sometimes even if I don't really see what I've done wrong, I say I'm sorry I've hurt
Yeah.
you. I would like to understand how I've done it so I don't do it in the future.
she's very apologetic. Like sometimes she didn't even do anything wrong, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'll come down to
because
you."
I do love people and I want,
Yeah.
especially my best friends, I want them to be happy. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do anything.
Yeah.
You know, like if I've upset you, I don't even care what I've done. I'm sorry for it and I want to fix it. You know?
Okay, I'm going to put you to a challenge. So, if I am to come back on a podcast, we'll get to terms and conditions later, and you
Don't know if
turn
we
up
can afford
late,
you again.
the next one, and then you say sorry, your sorry is empty and not truthful. So, what does that mean?
That's a big if. First of all, if you tell me, look, if you tell me that
Trust
me
me,
being,
she's not gonna be
if
late.
you tell me that me being on time is what you need me to do,
I
to
said it when I
continue
held
being
you
my friend.
when I held you cold coffee that day when I first met you because it was cold. It was meant to
I
be
want to
warm.
know about this coffee. What
So
happened?
descriptive.
Why would you have?
A cold coffee because she was late. Which, remember, I went out of my way to give her a lift because I didn't have to give her a lift. I didn't know who she was. The agency said, "Hey, Pedj, would you mind giving this stranger a lift?" I'm like, maybe, okay, sure, fine. And then I said,
he
"Would you like
also
a
got
coffee?"
me a coffee.
And I got the biggest cryptic code coffee I've ever seen in my life. And even it took me 10 minutes to explain it to the cafe people. Whether they got it right or wrong, she never drank it. And then I'm holding like shivering cold because it's cold. And I couldn't say warm anymore.
Oh my God!
You are very dramatic.
It was a
but
bit dramatic.
I'll
it
go
was.
with- I'll
It's
go
for the
with-
cameras.
It's part of the.
It's Australia. Can't be
You guys
sugared.
understand yourselves.
Yeah. Don't you know her coffee? Whatever it is.
Oh, trust me, I know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know everything. But I think it's also a thing as well that it's like I get a bit annoyed because before I was annoyed with her saying when we go dinner and she's like, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, and then we have to move to another restaurant.
Yeah.
Now I am annoyed with restaurants not having what she needs. Because
her.
yeah. Now I'm
I thought
annoyed
about
with
bro or
restaurants
babe.
because meeting her got me to realize restaurants are not prepared for like people's needs. That's how I see it. I don't care. Like whatever she needs, she needs. And like you at the restaurant, you gotta be prepared. You know, like for example, she can't have sugar.
So I eat sugar-free, refined sugar-free, and low carb.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
you meant you're going to pizza asking for sushi. That doesn't make sense. But you're talking
No,
about...
yeah.
there's-
Like
there are
I'm
no
talking about like
options.
when we go to
Yeah,
places
okay.
and she eats a certain way,
Yes,
and then
they
they come
can't.
with all these options, but nothing attends. So
Yes,
I
I get
get
that.
upset with like I got mad at the restaurant because like bro.
There's
in the
literally
food
his
industry.
favorite restaurant. I will not name it because there's no point.
Yeah.
But they literally
Why?
said,
Maybe I want to go.
I'll tell you
I love
after.
I can
food.
tell you after.
I'll
It's
tell
my
you
favorite.
after. Yeah, but they literally said, we don't have any dish that does not contain sugar.
Yeah.
This is a very famous
Yeah.
restaurant with a big menu. Very,
Well, I think when you
Elaborate.
say that, that makes sense.
I want to talk about diet because we
Okay.
touched that topic. I want to talk because you fitness, soccer player,
yeah.
diet, because it's
Yeah.
a big thing for me. Let's talk about diet,
yeah.
please.
that's a
Yugi's
very-
not
So
gonna like
her diet that's very strict
Yeah.
because she got all these things. What does it look like for you? Like how important that is? Are you vegan?
I
What do you
love
think
ice
about
cream.
vegan?
No, literally, I'll get a Nita ice cream, 1 kilo tub, and have it in 10 minutes.
Okay.
1 liter, just bah.
That's
Bang.
it.
Give me
How
a whole
you guys
pack.
are so similar.
Have a whole packet of Allen's Pythons and a Cadbury
Yeah.
chocolate, and give it to me straight.
Oh man.
My man. Hey, I got man, you got bro. Sorry, I'm getting married this year.
you
just so
guys
We're
can.
basically married, but we're so different. Like
Yeah.
I love to eat like I love to eat like that. I don't do it all the time, but
Yeah.
I can do that quite easy. And it gets so frustrating.
Okay, so look, I'm an ex-professional. I train people. I'm a health freak, but technically I'm not. I will have chocolate brownies and ice creams for breakfast. My natural go-to.
And you still look good.
Well, this is the thing. So if I have the kilo of ice cream tonight, tomorrow I think, all right, I'll train twice because I have to burn off that.
Very
but
smart.
the thing is, when I played professional football, yes, I did go military.
Yeah, that's
So
what
there
I was going to ask
yeah,
you.
So
What's
to
the
train
contrast?
at there, I went all caveman diet. I went
Paleo.
very paleo, yeah. But I'm more about the mind. The mind for me will trump anything because if you're in a Sahara desert with no food for 6 weeks, you have to survive. So your mind will trigger a point of that brain where it will educate it. So yes, we can't put fucking paper bags in cars for petrol because it's not going to drive. So you do need to fuel your body. I get that. But I'm very clean. Just if you want to, I'm balanced. But if I've targeted food where I've gone way in food, I've done this, and I've stressed myself. By stressing myself, that negative approach puts a negative spin back on the food into my body, which doesn't give me the nutrition value that I deserve. Well, I couldn't breathe. So I'm not a guru at nutrition. I don't want to be, never want to be. I respect people's diets and their foods and what you do, and I'm sure you would train very well for bodybuilding. And I've been around bodybuilders all my life, and I love it. But I would always choose a restaurant over a healthy meal. But I would just train hard for it.
Me
That's
too,
my-
actually.
That's what I always
Yeah.
tell you though, because I can you hear me right?
Yeah.
I lost about 30 kilos,
Mm.
and I gave myself an eating
Lost a
disorder
lot of
for
weight.
doing that.
Yep.
Because I was so strict on myself.
She's
I
really
didn't
big.
let myself eat anything, and like people would eat things in front of me, and like we'd be out, and I'd have a protein shake. or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
And I gave myself an eating disorder, and like after I lost all the weight, and then I started to gain a little bit of weight back, I decided I didn't want to live like that anymore because it's not good for your brain.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a little bit of extra weight on me than be so unhappy with myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so confident in myself now compared to when I was super thin.
Yeah, and that's great, and that's perfect. That's what works for you, and this is what I mean. Like, I respect that. I respect yours, and I respect your craziness, and it's great. You know what I mean? But for me, it's I'm not going to tell you how to eat. I'm not going to tell you how you eat. I'm not going to tell you it. But if you want my advice, I said this is how I would suggest it. Go to a nutritionist if you want, but please, because I've done it with so many clients, with not just kids, with PT, with adults in corporate. As soon as I start to see a negative spin on the food intake and I start worrying and I start doing these ones, I'm like, wrong, stop, go have a fucking burger.
Because what matters is the calorie intake, right? The deficit and everything. So,
So they
at the end
say,
of the
yeah.
day,
They need to be quality calories as well. I'm a nutrition coach, and I'm coming from my
And this is
craziness.
the-
I
yeah.
just
The
want
other
to share.
side of the coin.
I want to share
Yeah,
really
and
quickly
that's great.
what the craziness comes from. So, no
it
sugar.
actually has to do with your health as well, right?
I used to be anorexic.
I remember you told me this.
Badly.
Yeah, we did speak normal things in a car, not just coffee.
I used to weigh 43 kgs and I would step on the scale and I'd look at the number. And if it was 43.5, I would collapse, I would cry, and I would say, I'm so fat, I'm hideous, I'm a hippopotamus, I hate myself. It was horrible for a few years. I thought I would never get over it. And my friends had to drag me off that scale and like literally slap some sanity into me and say, you are a twig. if you were any thinner, you wouldn't exist and things like that, right? And obviously, I knew there was something wrong. Like all this time, I was modeling. It was back in the 2000s and that when in Europe, when you had to be 90, 60, 90, those were the measures. Like anything above. And some girls still get told, like in Japan, because I lived in Japan. In Europe, it still happens in places like Romania, where I'm from, that girls still get told you're too fat to model, you need to lose weight. So I've been through that because I've been modeling from a very raw age. And that really, what saved me was knowledge, because at one point I was like shivering and crying, and I was like, okay, I need to know how this works, being the nerd that I am, right? So I started going to the gym, I started looking into it, reading like a maniac, everything about nutrition, and reading the study of China, like just for the hell of it in one night, like just to understand what does food do to your body and how does it work, okay? And discovering the key and how it works is what saved me. And now I know I've got my coping mechanisms. And say what you will, when you're a woman, whether you're a woman or whether you're a man cannot eat the same as the man, because the guy has 10 times more testosterone. And that is something that is Mother Nature. It's in the studies. It's what I've been taught. If I'm lying to you, then I've been lied to.
No, you
yeah,
just see
in my
it
studies,
you
right?
just see it.
So that means that when we don't have the same sizes, you are bigger than me, you're taller than me. So you're gonna burn more calories, right? We can't eat the same. And then the calories that you eat, they also matter. Because like you, if you have a new pair of jeans or an old pair of jeans, which one are you gonna wear? You're gonna wear the new pair of jeans, right? Because they're shiny and new and you just bought them and you're excited about them. That's your body with natural sugar and refined sugar. If you give it natural sugar, it will use that in your training. It's like, I love this. This is honey, this is great. But if you give it refined sugar, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna store this away. Because chances are it's gonna get sugar from other things that you've eaten that are natural sugars, and you're piling that refined sugar on top of it. And the sugar is the new nicotine. It's in everything. You pick
Sweet
up a
poison.
turkey, I promise you, if you go and get turkey slices, they're already cut in Woolworths. Yeah.
Is that on?
But this one's on?
This one is on Sandra right now. This one just
Crashed.
This one is on you.
Yeah, well, I'll wrap it
Yeah,
up.
that's fine.
No, Keegan, you're on a roll.
Yeah.
Not on everyone.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
So if you go and buy turkey slices in the supermarket and read the label, you're gonna see they have sugar. Why does turkey have sugar? It's in everything, and you think you're eating healthy, you know? So for me, this is a coping mechanism, because you never really get over anorexia. People are like, oh, I'm not anorexic anymore, I'm great. No, you never really get over it. Your brain is always going to look in the mirror and see you differently, and you're gonna have body dysmorphia for life 3 times a day. If I look in the mirror and I think, oh, I'm fat, I just walk away, I look again in 20 minutes, it'll be better. It's ridiculous, but it's the way it is, right? And for me, being able to stick to my diet means that I'm able to stick to my routine and be sane, literally, and not have to worry about this whole thing. And I can go on with my life. So when I go to a restaurant and I say, can I please have sugar-free options? What do you have? Or can you make this dish with no sugar? And they say, everything we have contains sugar. What am I going to eat? Or I'm going to eat that and then just have a little breakdown inside.
Correct.
Like,
yeah.
it is serious. And if people that have other illnesses and maladies like diabetes or whatever, like, you got to think about them too. Sugar-free options should exist everywhere.
No, I agree. Yeah, because it's part of your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where the craziness comes from. Chin,
Well,
chin.
what's
I'll
normal,
toast to
right?
that.
No. I'm all for healthy. Don't get me wrong. But I just don't have that passion you have for nutrition is what I have for the mind. That's how I look at it. And don't get me wrong. 2 nights ago, I had pizza and 2 glasses of wine, and the next day I was 9 months pregnant, and it took another 24 hours to see it change. I remember when I had back surgery, when I was playing football, I purposely did this because I had back surgery. I couldn't get off the couch. I had 3 Red Bulls in 10 minutes, a whole box of chocolates. The next day, I saw the ramifications of that Red Bull. Not within the first 2 hours. The next day, I was like fucking erratic, this and that. Because I couldn't move. I had to sit on the lounge. I just wanted to see what it was doing to my body because I was playing football. So I do respect and understand what's important. And funnily enough, coconut water, when it first hit the town in 2010, when everyone started talking about coconut water, I remember my ex said, Pedj, try coconut water. It's sweet, because she knows how much I love sugar. I tasted it. I'm like, oh, that's not sweet. That's disgusting, right? Then I cut sugar out for a month. I went back to it. I was like, wow, this is so sweet.
Exactly.
So to round it all off, that's the point.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still love ice cream.
When people
Yeah.
eat my food, they go like, "How can you eat this?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? This is delicious." So I get that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I respect that. I'm probably more similar to you. Like I will eat like a monster, train like a dinosaur, and go twice. And
Wait, when you eat like a monster. When you say train like a dinosaur, do you mean like a T-Rex or
Like
a Diplodocus?
like a T-Rex.
Okay,
Like aggressively.
Because there's a lot of different dinosaurs, you know.
Yeah, well, yeah, true, actually. For some reason, when I think about dinosaurs, I'm talking about T-Rex.
Yeah, I was thinking like,
But yeah, no, like I definitely think that way. But I think nowadays we try to balance a lot health, and being able to like eat well as well, and etc. I wouldn't go that extreme to cut sugar completely, but completely understand what people do. Like I've been in the fitness community for a long amount of years, and I see that a lot. Like a lot of people, like they want to cut sugar, they want to go vegan, they want to do this, they want to do that. But at the end of the day, I see people that cut sugar having health problems, as well as I see people doing opposite and have health problems. That's why, like, I lean more to this side because I think mine is better. Like, because I know how mind can impact your health, like directly.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you go, let's say, if someone got cancer, they said,
yeah.
boom,
Happiness, yeah.
you know, and then
Positivity, yeah.
and then but I do think that's quite important as well. So I'm probably a bit in the middle.
Look, if my fiance, for instance, was your kind of diet, I would never want to change her. That's you. I respect it. I will eat my way because that's what makes who you are. So why would you change someone for the fact that you just don't seem to be on the same detailed page? So that's not right. So yeah, I agree. But sometimes people will manipulate the situation of healthy to get a physical look that's wrong. And that's the danger part. So, yeah, so 100%.
I feel like
I'll be thinking of you on 8 tonight.
think of me.
Think of me.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I guess we had a really good conversation.
We can keep
so
going forever.
we can go for days here. I mean, I need some sleep.
Apparently you need sleep.
You just need 2 hours, but like then you're ready.
Probably. And
You
I'll
need
be
a
good.
sugar-free drink and I need an ice cream.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
You can have some ice cream with her. She's waiting for it. She's like waiting for everyone to be
I
gone.
think she's
so
turned
she
into
will-
an ice pop.
That's a good one. But thank you so much, Pedj. I really,
it was awesome.
I really feel like we connected. A lot of things that we said here, always connecting with you, especially making it late.
Yeah.
We both have that, but you know, we're trying to get better. Sorry for that, and thank you so much for coming.
It was awesome.
And hopefully you'll come back for part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 2, all right.
100%. Because I know time you have to go. I also have to do stuff. They have to do stuff.
Maybe
And
with your
this-
girlfriend for Valentine's Day, and we get Lucia involved as well, and just have a chat.
That's it. That'll be interesting.
Yes.
But one thing that I wanted to talk to you, and I really wanted to go an hour only about it, is soccer. But I don't think we can do it today.
We'll do that next
So next time, you know, let's see how it goes and how you feel, and we can communicate and make it happen.
Sure, that
And
was awesome.
content create at Play Essentials.
That's it.
Okay.
Awesome, guys.
Stay tuned.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
No, that's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, man, all the best for you, for your projects. I can't wait to see your business. I
Likewise.
guess we're going to be
I can't wait to
there.
see this video.
That's what I was going to say. We got to watch the video. But
We'll watch it. We'll watch
before
it.
we wrap it up, if you could say anything to like a small athlete, like a young athlete upcoming, what would you say to him now? Like
As in like a quote kind of thing?
Yeah, something to motivate them, keep them
Ooh,
going.
Okay, so
Like a little message.
this quote was said to me a long time ago to someone who was like a father figure, but it's been on my mind this last week, for instance. So the quote goes, it's a man is who he dreams he is, and you, my friend, have dreamt well. Now, that's from the Native Americans. It's actually a true tribal story about someone that wanted to be chief of the native tribe. And in order to be chief, you have to have a bloodline of natives. This person was a white person who had no bloodline. He got into the inner circle, and the rest of the circle wanted to kick him out because he wasn't a native. And the chief said to him, "A man is who he dreams is, and you, my friend, have dreamt well. If you believe you're a native chief, then you will become that, and that's what you are."
That's beautiful.
So when that person told me that one day, it's true. So you can become what you want if you just believe it.
Believe it.
So, yeah.
Amen.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Amazing.
You nearly got a
Thank you
tear.
so much for
That's
that
beautiful.
inspiration.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Sandra.
you.
night.
Thank you, Akila. Thank you, Pedj. Thank you
For
very
your
much.
presence.
Thank you.
I mean, you really kill
Did
it.
you get presents? I got none.
We would have
Sorry.
been nothing without Pedj, but yeah. The
Cool.
camera died a long time ago.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's it. But we gotta fix that. All right, guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
I'll leave Ped's social media down below. Obviously, Sandra as well. We're gonna be posting clips of this all across our social medias as well for High Social. So keep tuned, keep following, and that's it, guys.
And
Every
drop
time
your comments and questions for Pedj to answer in part 2.
That's it.
Oh,
That's
yeah, true.
it.
That's it.
That's a
Namaste.
wrap.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Yeah, si, senor.
Thank you, guys. And
Alright.
I will see you next.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Awesome. That was good.
That was pretty good.
Let's go see this intro.
You guys really sure you understand?
Yeah.